Yeah, so it's really like the last place people would think of for this kind of thing, but direct mail is like one of the only industries where you can really you can hyper target who you want to get your ad in front of, and you have the highest likelihood of them opening that up. So that mixed with a couple things that we incorporate like QR codes and landing pages makes it, I think, more effective than digital marketing because it's on the down, and by using AI to personalize what you can never do at scale historically. You can never write. Basically, what we do is we write each and every person a unique letter, which you can never do
You
unless
can
you
never
have
do.
like a huge team. No, but AI can do that.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is based in Tampa, Florida, and is the founder of Moonify AI, where he's focused on creating better optimized direct mail solutions. Please welcome Aaron Chand. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Dylan. I'm excited to be here. It'll be fun to talk about
It's
personalization.
great to have you on here. And before hopping on, I expressed just how interested I am in this space, the direct mail space, and you're bringing AI to the direct mail space. How is that possible?
Yeah, so it's really like the last place people would think of for this kind of thing, but direct mail is like one of the only industries where you can really you can hyper target who you want to get your ad in front of, and you have the highest likelihood of them opening that up. So that mixed with a couple things that we incorporate like QR codes and landing pages makes it, I think, more effective than digital marketing because it's on the down, and by using AI to personalize what you can never do at scale historically. You can never write. Basically, what we do is we write each and every person a unique letter, which you can never do
You
unless
can
you
never
have
do.
like a huge team. No, but AI can do that. AI can take in large amounts of data, restructure it, write it, and then apply like different language preferences to how we want it to sound and do all that at scale behind the scenes. And then you just have an interface to approve the letter or tweak it, and then you just hit send and it goes out. It's that easy.
I feel like AI is a gold rush to getting the first to market, because I remember when I had the first person on this show who did this speed to lead, right? And I said, wow, that's a great idea, and I felt like that was the first time that I had heard that. And then I saw so many people with the same idea right after that. You're the first person that I've ever encountered who's thought about AI direct mail marketing. Is it for real estate agents primarily? Is that your avatar?
Yeah, we started with real estate agents because I am a real estate agent. And so that was an industry that I knew I'd written letters in. Like I've handwritten letters, and I knew we could build an AI system that could write pretty good letters. And then we're scaling with strategic partners in other industries. So someone who would know what type of ad copy would work really well in that industry, and then would work with them to personalize it. But we want to, obviously, real estate investors send out more direct mail than real estate agents. So that's kind of one of the first, and they send out a lot of direct mail in
A
general.
lot of direct mail. I was just
So,
mentioning to you before hopping on here. I had a background, and I still am very much uh, involved from afar, I would say. I follow a lot of the news in the distressed real estate space, and I was a wholesaler for about 2 years before getting active as a licensed realtor. And one of the interesting things is nothing seemed to be more effective. Nothing seemed to be more effective than direct mail when it came to.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Finding distressed property. And you would see people who would spend, multiple tens of thousands of dollars, nearing six figures a month in one metro. And it felt like they could dominate the space. But you mentioned something, Aaron, which really piqued my interest, which is, yes, you do have these people who are doing heavy campaigns and they're seeing a great ROI. And you might think, well, how can I compete with someone who's got so much skin in the game? But you said, actually with a very targeted mailer, you can.
you can, yeah. So that's one of the first things we noticed is that on tighter budgets, with specific, like, oh, I really want that listing, like someone could, one, if you send multiple letters, instantly your odds of receiving a response are drastically multiplied. One way that we use AI to do this too is in our AI workflows. When it's time to write letter 3, the AI will go and look at what it said in letter 1 and 2 and build off that. So basically, by hyper personalizing each and every letter, each and every step of the process, to make the person reading the letter go, "Whoa, they like this is a personalized offer. This is something that's like was written to me." The likelihood of them reading the letter is extremely high, and the likelihood of them responding is even higher. Well, not even higher, but even higher than generic, but not
I
higher
think
than.
what's probably on the tip of everybody's mind when they're listening to this is, well, aren't we going to know that it's AI? We're receiving handwritten or typed out letters. But I don't think it matters, right? I think it's like, well, we know that they're taking the time to invest in their resources, which are showing me the things that make my property unique and also giving me maybe market data that could be beneficial. So I want to align myself with someone who's going to market my property the way that they're marketing themselves.
Yeah. And I would say that's what makes it particularly special is how obsessed our team is with making it sound human. So one, no letters are sent automatically, and I don't know if we'll ever necessarily do that unless AI just dramatically improves. But every single letter has to be approved by a human where you can edit it manually, regenerate with the AI, or just approve and hit send, and then it gets sent out. So that human in the loop factor is huge. But most of the work we do is really spending time crafting the letters. Like, for instance, drawing like a specific feature about their home. Like, I love your 1,650 square foot home. That's really, that can feel very creepy. So you don't necessarily want to be super specific when you're talking about their home, but when you're talking about market data, consumers respond well to when you have exact numbers that are relevant to them. So then sending single family homes in this neighborhood have appreciated 36.3%. According to this data source, they appreciate specificity in that sense. So we really do actually get the letters to sound pretty human. Most people don't know, and you as the person are still in charge of what actually gets sent out. It's more like you're got a ghostwriter, is how I like to put it.
I want to ask you about, the idea of sending so many out, right? So you mentioned that before we hopped on here, you mentioned that you personally saw a great return on time when you were writing handwritten letters. But of course, handwritten versus machine written, it's exponential how many more that you can get out. Now, if you're going through and you're approving each one, what's a realistic number? If someone said, "Hey, I want to send, however many thousand mailers," is that realistic for them to send in a month?
Yeah, we do have a option for someone who who'd want to send that much out, where we would do everything in house for you more or less, because we'd be more efficient at running a system of that size, and then we leverage VAs to ensure that every letter is sent out appropriately.
Now, when you're looking at these, is it a lot of expired listings? Is it a lot of homes that may have features that may make it beneficial for, let's say, you've listed a home on the same street or in the same area? Would you be targeting it in that regard, or would it be based on an area and a zip code, so on and so forth?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Each AI campaign we make really is for like a specific use case. So like expireds is one. Another one would be just luxury listings in general, circle prospecting. I sold this home in this neighborhood and this is
Yeah.
how it's similar, things like that. And then we want to add kind of more and more campaigns. Cash offer is one that we're working on adding. Um, but we want to go beyond kind of just we want to do what gets you guys responses, so personalizing where it counts. So we usually base it off a template, and then it'll go and find information and then kind of fill in that template by itself. But I don't know if that answers your question, but each campaign is custom made though.
It's interesting because you mentioned a couple terms. One that I hadn't heard of, but I think it's exactly describes what I was trying to allude to. This circle prospecting idea, where I sold a home in a similar or in the area. This home, the home that you have is in the area. Uh, here's how you can benefit from my services and so on. And then you mentioned some other different types of prospecting as well. I do want to ask you about the potential for this to even be used across languages, right? So if you're in an area in Texas, in South Florida, for instance, where you may have a lot of Spanish speakers, is there a way where you could potentially send multiple languages?
Yeah. Yeah, you could totally personalize down to that level. We want to personalize down to every level where even if you want to do a postcard, the image of their home personalized to them, the offer that's in the thing. One thing that we're working on really getting out sooner rather than later, just because of how much I believe this will drastically increase the response rate, is adding a QR code to our letter where you scan the QR code and then you go to a landing page where we'd have like a personalized video to them, where the kind of the thumbnail would be their like a picture of their home or something like that, or like off their Zillow or their Google Street View. I know some
Yeah.
people do, but kind of balancing that. Don't want to be creepy, so it's okay if they know it's AI in some senses, but also we want them to know that we took time to genuinely do give them something that they're going to find valuable, and we want them to reach out. And so then the letters would kind of be crafted around that, which I think would be more effective.
Well, I worked for a company at one point that was sending Google images of people's homes, and this was several years ago. And some of the people would call the office and they say, "I've got this picture of my house. You guys take a picture of my house." But the response rate was so high. The response rate was so high. And this was really, I would say, before AI is anywhere where it is today. Of course, you see like every 6 months there's a new use case for AI. I'm curious to see. I mean, it's still a new company, but you've probably seen so much advancement even in this short time. Where do you see the next 6 months with these technologies heading towards, and how can this benefit prospecting in general?
I think personalization becomes a much we see improvement across the board in personalization, which we've already seen. Like TikTok, the reason people love TikTok is because it's personalized content. You can go on to TikTok, and the more you use it, the better results you get. Same with Amazon. Like they know exactly what I want to buy. So we're seeing that already with like Meta ads are super easy to run now because of how well Meta can find your target audience. So I think I don't know if you asked in the
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
direct mail space as like a real
Yeah.
estate investor slash real estate agent, I think eventually we do see um, more personalized marketing using AI within real estate. But I think that they'll probably start with like the broadest use case, which will be like putting together your list of leads that you want to send mail to. So maybe only sending mail to, I don't know, widows over 76 or something like that. I don't know, whatever the campaign,
Yeah.
distressed properties, foreclosures, historic homes, whatever that is. You can get really good at pinpointing exactly the person you want to put the ad in front of. And I think that mixed with um, even like with the type of letter we get in front of them is AI could easily look at like a big like 1,000 letters and go, oh, purple envelopes work really well in front of this demographic. And then it could, when you select this demographic as your target audience, it kind of automatically knows to use purple envelopes and kind of creates automated personalized campaigns for you is I think where we're headed.
I want to pivot a bit here, Aaron, and ask you about real estate agents and realty as a business, brokerage as a business. I think a lot of investors specifically sometimes look at being an agent and think, well, it's highly transactional and it's not passive. Since I'm a former wholesaler, now a realtor, and I'm active in media, one of the things that has really struck me in talking with folks like yourself is that there's ways to automate these processes to treat brokerage like an investment. You can build teams, you can have marketing, you can have systems in place where you're not, having to do all of the prospecting yourself, where you have people that are the transaction coordinators. And as a realtor, your role really may be limited time wise to I'm going to close the deal and I'm going to show up at closing and the rest will be handled by agents underneath me. I'm curious to get your perspective on how maybe young agents can look at scaling their business without being in the business as much in the future.
I would say 100% leveraging AI to do things that are unscalable. Like historically, I think brokers knew that you have to be belly to belly with your clients in order for it to work. This isn't an industry where you can kind of just not be involved with them emotionally or relationally. And that's what's worked for everybody. So people had big teams and stuff like that. But you can actually scale personal relationships with people by using AI to do things like, for instance, as a realtor, I save all my conversations. I upload them all to a database so that I can ask AI, hey, remind me I went to lunch with them. We looked at some houses. Remind me, what were they interested in again? And I can use it to kind of do those things that normally it's just the quality of my service goes down with the more clients I have. Doesn't affect it anymore because I can scale with AI systems. And I think that's where we're headed because I think people value realtors emotionally most of probably everything.
Yeah.
Like they want to feel good about their decision. I think
They
until
want
that
to feel
way.
good. I mean, I tell this to people of all the sales experience that I have, you can, unless you've got, I mean, even if you've got a super left brain person and they want to know all about the numbers, I still believe that at the end of everything, if they don't feel good about it, something is going to be off. And so you can have all the numbers right. Everything can be good on paper, but how can you make them resonate with it and feel good about it? And I think people will be interested in listening to this podcast and say, oh, I can use AI to make people feel good about working with me. I thought that, That's an interesting one.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron, we are coming up on time here. Where can folks go if maybe they're interested in learning more about Moonify, or maybe they're in the greater Tampa area and would like to reach out to you directly?
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram, just my name, and then Moonify.ai. You can type it in anywhere. You can send a letter out, your first letter out for free, and yeah, yeah, just Moonify AI. That's it.
Aaron, thank you so much for coming on the show here today.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.